Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of One Arm Twinkie, Oaty Box of Chocolates. I'm Oaty, your host, and let's just get right into it. So, here on Oaty Box of Chocolates, we discuss all kinds of things about life and living and family and you name it, it's going to be covered here. That's why it's called Oaty Box of Chocolates. So, it's a box of chocolates because if you ever seen Forrest Gump, you never know what you're going to get. We cover all kinds of topics. New to YouTube, just getting started here, but in general, we're building a brand. Our brand is One Arm Twinkie. It's about a bull riding Twinkie. I don't know why or how we came up with that name. It just came out as a joke. One day we were trying to think of something that nobody would know, or that would be available in the email, the website, the channels. And so basically I thought, well, if there was a Twinkie riding a bull, surely nobody ever thought of that. And sure enough, it wasn't. Actually, first I thought, how about Iron Twinkie? And then it was taken. So weird people in the world. But no, One Arm Twinkie was available, and so we went with our mascot, because when you cap on right quick. When you ride the bull, you're one-handed. Right on. So here it is, Oaty. Oh, I didn't even have the costume on. So this is probably the first time you'll ever see me not in some kind of Oaty garb. We do have the banner in the back, which lighting's bad. My OCD is just really going crazy right now because, well, I'm here by myself in the studio. Just started recording and playing to see how things were going because I figured, I watched a video of a guy who said, start making YouTube channel, blah, blah, you got to punch procrastination in the face. You're going to have to punch perfection in the face. And so both of those kind of went out the window. And right now, I have this line down the center of my table that doesn't line up with the, see, I'm looking at the cameras backwards, A. It doesn't line up with the A. My head's not lined up with the camera. And so I feel like I'm just staring off into space. But I want you guys to think that I'm looking at you. I'm grab a drink of my drink. It's actually Dr. Pepper. Mixed with Diet Cherry Coke. And so the reason why I got 2 days, and one of our channels will be starting, actually filming tomorrow, the introductory video for it, and it is Oaty Weight Loss. So we have a lot of channels. I'm going to go over them all in this video. We have like 10 channels we're going to be starting, but in order to have an actual channel and link it, my understanding is, and I'm brand new to YouTube, I've watched it for years, but I never looked at the mechanics of it. You need to have at least one follower and one video in order to call it a channel. So we have tons of content. We just are barely going to begin recording. I wanted to put everything together before we start recording. That way we never disappoint. So our goal is to never disappoint, always entertain. So pretty soon, like the day after tomorrow, I got about 36 hours and my fat self will be on a diet. I'm not fat shaming, not at all. If people are fat, you're fat. And if you're skinny, you're skinny. And just call it what it is. But in the words of David Goggins, which, by the way, one of our channels I'll talk about in just a minute, is Oaty Book Reviews. I'll be reviewing books. I am a book nerd. And I don't have that hat handy. I guess I could grab it and throw it on. Anyways, I'll talk about the different channels in a minute. But David Goggins was, I guess, once a Navy SEAL, always a Navy SEAL. I have a lot of respect for super soldier type of people and the disciplines that they exhibit in their lives. And David Goggins is a former Navy SEAL. No, I think once a Navy SEAL, always a Navy SEAL. Once a Marine, always a Marine. So he wrote a book, and it is called You Can't Hurt Me. It's a really good book. You should check out the book. Like, go check out don't go right now and check out the book. Finish watching the video. We need the views. But when you're done, in fact, just check out our channel. It'll be up soon. Probably going to be the channel where I post the least, because I have about 50 books that I'd like to review right now that are on the list. Basically, they're just books that I've read. And so, yeah, in the book, getting back on topic of me being fat, David Goggins says, if you're freaking fat, just say you're freaking fat. Don't beat around the bush about it. So, that said, I weigh more than I used to. That's actually due to another channel that we're going to make called Oaty Cessation. Oaty quit smoking. Oaty stopped smoking. So what I decided to do was, because there's only going to be like 8 videos, 8-10 minute videos, I decided to make one long video and break it up into segments so anyone can watch the long version of the quit smoking video, or you can watch the segments. And so that, along with about 3 other channels that we started out with, I think I'll go over them in a minute, but that was absorbed by Oaty Box of Chocolates. I figured that it would benefit the channel more to put Oaty Cessation in with Oaty Box of Chocolates and then just form a playlist. Another thing I just learned about on the YouTube channel. So I'm not alone. I have helpers. He's not here now, but Dakota, call him D. D is my right-hand man. He is a business partner. He's a friend. He's a family member. And we don't have a lot in common, but then again, we do. So there's a lot of dynamics to the relationship with me and D so far has been handling a lot of stuff. And the other one is Zane. I don't know, Zane, if you want to squeeze in some kind of a image of yourself right here, but Zane is my Belizean brother. He is my best friend, and he lives in right near Belize City, Belize. And so me and Zane have been friends for a little while now, and he does our editing and stuff. We almost hired a virtual assistant today because I'm afraid that we may be having too much video editing to go on pretty soon. But for now, brother, it's all on you. And actually, it's not all on him, but he's going to be doing a good portion of what you're going to see on our channels will be either done or directed by him, and possibly him working with a virtual assistant, hopefully in the future. Almost today we hired one, but we decided we're just going to hold off a little bit, and because you people just might not like me, and there may be no market for our channels. Speaking of which, let's just get right into it. I am going to be making a lot of YouTube channels, and so about 10 altogether, trying to pick topics that make people happy. The biggest and probably the most posted on one in the beginning will be Oaty Box of Chocolates, because I can put pretty much everything here, and there's no theme to this channel. The theme is whatever topics come up, that comes up. And so we'll be talking about all kinds of stuff. I hope you viewers enjoy it. I am here for your entertainment and for your pleasure. I'm here to make stuff that you like, and I hope the things that I'm able to do, that I have some kind of interest in, that won't be boring for me to make, I'm hoping that they will also be good for you. So Oaty is actually a bull riding Twinkie, and so that's what's up with the Western theme. By the way, we live in the Southwest. We live down here in New Mexico, and so we're like at the northern tip of the Chihuahuan Desert. It's dry. It's desert here, and so the West is kind of a thing we do. Ain't nothing to see a guy with a collar shirt and a cowboy hat on. Mostly I don't wear those, but for your entertainment, I have a costume for every channel. So let's get right into the channel. But I can see right now that I'm doing bad things with the lighting since I switched hats, because we're trying to sort out the lighting as well. And since Dakota's not here, I tweaked with the camera and I tweaked with the lighting. I should just stick to drilling wells, maybe. Working the oil fields, what I've done until COVID came along and messed up a whole lot of things. And so we had business go under. We had just all kinds of things. And so I decided to try my hand at something else. I am not getting any younger, and so I hope we can entertain you guys. I'm going to switch over. There. Now the light is not. Now you can see my face. Maybe that's a bad thing. Maybe you don't want to see my face. I don't know. It seems like I've got some bad lighting issues. I don't know. Either way, we'll play with it later. And the camera's backwards, so what I'm seeing is the opposite of what you would think that I would be seeing, and kind of a mirror type of view. But so the channels, what I'm making to entertain people, I have here a list of channels. You see these? These are props for costumes. One of these is going to be cut in half and painted. It will be a Hannibal Lecter mask, and the other one is, of course, if you're a horror fan, Jason Voorhees, I believe his name is. So there's Jason Voorhees, and so we have first and foremost the video that I will be starting on Monday the training for it, we will put out about 60-ish, between 30 and 60 videos. Decide if I do an AM video and a PM video for, you guessed it, Oaty weight loss. I am going to, because I'm a book nerd, I read lots of books. Timothy Ferriss being one of my favorite authors, he wrote a book called, first ever book I read was The 4-Hour Work Week. Now, he wrote a book called The 4-Hour Body. And then there's The 4-Hour Chef, Tribe of Mentors, Tools for Titans, and I think he has a new one out, I'm not for sure. But Timothy Ferriss, he's a great author. And so this isn't Oaty book reviews, but this is definitely Oaty Box of Chocolates, so we can talk about book reviews here if we want to. But channel number 1 is going to have, actually Oaty Weight Loss is not going to be a channel. It's being absorbed by Oaty Box of Chocolates. So there's going to be a playlist on Oaty Box of Chocolates. And so tomorrow I'll be making a video probably between 1 and 2 hours talking about how I got fat and the insecurities that I have. If you want to call them insecurities about my body, I just know something needs to be changed. So I'm not really insecure because I don't really care too much about what people think of me. I mean, there's things we can change in the way things are. But no, I definitely want to put on my best face and put my best foot forward for you guys. But the truth is, I think for me, I need to change. If someone's out there, I am not fat shaming anyone.